hard truth about avoidance that really would have benefited me to have known or heard after the discard is that the avoidant is 100% certain about this decision and there is nothing you can do to change their mind. What's so hard is that for us, it feels blindsiding and abrupt because it is, but for them it's not, because they have been stewing over this for probably months. It's just been churning and churning and churning in their mind that they are unhappy or they're full of shame or they're starting to feel overwhelmed and engulfed and suffocated and they don't know what to do, and they don't communicate any of that to you. So all this time you're thinking that you're having like this loving, normal-ish relationship, and they are off in their own little world hoping that you break up with them so that they don't have to be the one to do it. But they know that they don't want to be in this relationship anymore. And when they finally get to the point of abruptly discarding you, it is simply because things have gotten so fucking overwhelming to them that the fear of conflict having to face you is outweighed by the suffocation and overwhelm that they feel. It has become too much. They have exploded over and they are now leaving. They cannot do it anymore. And the problems that we have as their partner is that we haven't seen any of what was going on inside their head. And because they didn't communicate it to us, we have had no idea. Like, we thought everything was like seemingly fine. And so we tend to think that there's something we can say or do to change this. Like, wait a minute. No, don't do this. Like, you're leaving me? What the fuck are you talking about? But if I had had a little bit more information at that time to understand how avoidants operate, I think it would have been a lot more helpful to me so that I would stay out of delusion. Because for the first couple weeks, I was so delusional. I was literally thinking like, okay, anytime now he's going to be coming back. There was one day, like a week and a half after the discard, where he texted me and I hadn't heard from him, and he texted me to give me his new number because he had gotten a new phone. And that whole day I was like super like chipper and happy because I was thinking, oh, this is it. He wants to come back. This is his way of like telling me that like he misses me and wants to come back. Like, when I call him later and we talk, like he's going to be begging for me back. And I could not have been more wrong. Literally later that day I called him and he was so certain still that he wanted nothing to do with me and would not even see me face to face. What people need to remember is that for avoidance, that first phase after the discard, they're always going to feel relief. There's a creator in here named, I think her name is like Alejandra or something, and she says this quote: "Women cry first and hardest, men cry later and longest." And this is applicable when it comes to avoidance. The avoidance partner is going to cry first and hardest. We are going to be the ones in so much pain and grief right after the breakup happens, and the avoidant is going to be like skipping along their merry way into a new relationship, and we're going to be watching with our jaws on the floor being like, what the fuck is going on? But it does hit the avoidant at some point, and this is usually when you have gone no contact for such a long period of time that they do not have access to you anymore. Maybe it's like a year down the road, you've gotten into a new relationship, their relationships haven't been working out, and they might come to terms with the fact that like, uh-oh, I think I miss this person, or I feel like maybe I did the wrong thing, or I kind of regret my decision. That's when it starts to kind of hit them. What we have to remember about avoidance is that they pathologically like run and hide from their feelings, from their emotions, from grief. And so even if it does hit them, they are likely to try to find some kind of way to not have to feel that. And so yes, avoidants do sometimes try to come back, but it is only when they have created a ton of mystery around you again, where like you are so out of their orbit, they have had no access to you for so long that then they start to wonder about you again. But what will happen is that if they do come back, the whole cycle is going to repeat itself because they haven't healed anything. And I hate to sound bleak, but like if you are dealing with an unhealed avoidant, when they discard you, it needs to be done. It just needs to be done. Like, you have to let it go, because your only options at that point are you are going to suffer constantly every day, wishing and praying and hoping you could have them back, and you never will. Or if they do come back, it's going to continue to repeat the cycle. So the best thing you can do is to just cut your losses and say, this is a person that doesn't want to be in my life. They don't know how. They don't know how to accept my love. They don't know how to be in a committed relationship. They don't want to be with me. And that is not personal to me. They don't see my worth. They can't meet my needs. And there will be someone who will be able to do those things, but I'll never be able to find that person if I am stuck on the avoidant for the rest of my fucking life.